This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this Bullet Ultralight by Keystone in its model 330 BHS. Okay. So I'm on the door side of the trailer, walking towards the rear. So right here at the back corner, you see you've got a swing out bracket for your grill. Also keep in mind the grill has to be plugged in. I mean the gas line has to be plugged in or connected. So right here you have a quick connect right here, and you can use that to hook up your grill line, and then of course you'd put this into that position there to turn it on. Okay. Alright, you've got regular scissor type stabilizers that take a 3/4 inch crank or a socket on the end of a drill. Outside refrigerator, a cooktop that has to be plugged in also. You see you've got another line back there, hopefully you can see that. That has to be plugged in. That one would be plugged in right here. Okay. Alright. And you have a bathroom door, or is this a bunk room door? Let me check here before I say that. A bunk room door, but there's a bathroom right there, so, okay. Cool. Outside shower. Now this is a black tank flush. I'll talk to you about this when I get on the other side of the trailer. But this is to flush out your black tank, just to clean it out even better than normal dumping it, okay? You got a power awning with outside speakers. This is just a service panel for your refrigerator here. This condensation line should always be hanging out like it is so that it drains to the outside. You've got a backing plate for a TV mounting bracket, and you've got power and antenna out. This is a second tank flush because you've got two toilets in this trailer. So therefore you've got two black tanks, one's at the back, one's at the front. So this would be the second one. Actually the first one, the primary one. Okay. Yikes. So this is your hitch here. We'll show you how it hitches up when you get here, of course. This is your grill and the rack that it hooks onto right here. This is your dump hose. So we'll show you that, like I said, when you get here. You have a power tongue jack. Now the same crank that works on your stabilizers, if you pull this plug out, you can crank this jack manually in case it fails. So you pull the rubber plug out, put that 3/4 inch socket or crank on there, and you can operate it manually. You've got two LP tanks, a deep cycle marine battery. Okay, so we got over here. These are your cranks. You actually have two 3/4 inch cranks. Okay. Now this is your water hookup here. So 9 times out of 10 you're just going to be using city water hookup, which is right here. So you're just going to hook the hose right on here at the dump station, and you're going to turn it on and you're all set. Now if you go to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, but you have to pre-fill your fresh water tank, you'll do that right here. You'll fill it right here, and you can use the onboard pump to pump the water when you get to the campsite. Okay. So this is let me get this straight here so we know what we got here. This is your primary black and gray tank right here. You'll hook your hose onto here, of course. The other end goes in the dump station. Then you're going to dump, let me see, we got a little bit of water for water testing it. Then you're going to dump your black tank first, okay? The black tank is toilet water and waste. Then you're going to dump the gray tank second. You just do it in that order because the gray water, sink and shower water, is cleaner than the toilet tank water, the toilet water and waste. So you're just using the gray water to clean out the hose a little bit. Then you would go onto the other side of the trailer where I showed you the primary tank flush. You would hook your hose up to there and make sure your black tank valve is open before you turn the water on. But you'll pull that black tank and you'll be all set. It'll just clean it out. It'll spray off the sensors to keep them nice and clean. So it's a good thing to do. Okay, we're moving towards the rear now. You got a 30 amp cord, 30 feet long, of course. All right, and you should have some more dump valves here, or a dump valve here, I should say. Okay, so everything goes into the black tank back here. So this would be a combo tank actually, but it will basically it collects the water from your rear toilet and the waste, and so you'll just dump it the same way as you did the other one. Let me pull this off of here. It's still antifreeze. Okay. All right. Make sure it's dumped. There we go. So, obviously you use a hose at the dump station. This is just water because we were water testing it, so. Okay. Alright, so here we are back at the back of the trailer. This is your water heater here. The switches to operate are inside. I'll just show you that while we're out here. This is the drain plug here to drain it. Always make sure that there's water in the tank before you turn it on. You can't run it dry, so it's got to have water in it. You'll do that by hooking up your city water, then you turn on a hot water valve. And if it's empty, it'll just be shooting air out, and as it fills, it'll be a combination of air and water until it's finally full. You get a solid stream of water coming out of the hot water side of the faucet. That's how you know it's full, okay? All right, that's a spray port for your sprayer. Okay, and of course that's the rear black tank flush for the valve or the tank we just dumped. All right. Okay, so this is the control panel right here. Battery, you can see it's charged. You always want to check it when you're not plugged in though. Your fresh water's got 2/3 in there, but we haven't dumped it yet. Black number 1 is empty, and black number 2 is empty, so we dump those. Gray 1 and gray 2 is empty. You figure when you get past, it'll graduate in 1/3 increments up in 1/3 increments. When you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about flushing or dumping the tanks. All right. To light your water heater on gas here, electric here. Remember, always make sure there's water in the tank first. Your water pump is right there. You'll use that for if you're pumping water out of your fresh water tank, or when you winterize the trailer, you have to use that pump. Your awning, extend and retract, is right here. See how it goes, in it goes. You're just going to send it out. It goes out 8 feet, and you'll be able to see the awning tube when it rolls all the way out. That's how you know when to stop it. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. Otherwise, it can get damaged very quickly. All right, you have your 2 slide rooms here. You got a door side and off door side slide here and here. Just lighting here. You see you got your LED strip there also. I just turned on. You got to have your battery hooked up to run the slide outs. Keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go over here to the range. This is your range hood vent here. Let me look outside the door here. Okay. So keep in mind, you got a fan and a light here. Always keep your glass range top closed when you're traveling, or it tends to break if you leave it open going down the road, or up going down the road. I don't know if the gas is on here, so we'll have to wait and see here. Yes. So there you go. You just turn your sparker clockwise, of course. Put your oven knob to light. Now, there is a pilot light back here. All the way back on the bottom, up against the back of the oven, there's a pilot light. So you need a grill lighter with a long neck to light the oven. Then, let's see, I gotta get you in here. There it is right there. Then you'll just turn this to pilot, and then you'll depress it and hold it. Alright, then you go down here while you're holding it, light the pilot light. After it lights, you're still holding this in. Hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds after it lights. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want. Cycles on and off, but when you turn this off, the oven pilot light will go off also. So you got to relight it each time you use it, okay? Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. Just two buttons, on and off. Auto means electric, right? The reason they call it auto is because it automatically searches out 110 AC. If it can't find it or loses it, it'll switch over to gas automatically. If you have a power failure in the middle of the night and you're sleeping, it'll switch over to gas automatically so you don't spoil your food. You can run it on gas just by doing it that way if you choose, but generally speaking, this is the way you're going to run it, okay? Your microwave works like any other microwave. Okay, you've got a radio and disc player. So basically you can stream off this USB here, put all your favorite albums on one stick and take them with you. You can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet using Bluetooth. You got 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside, 2 is outside. So there's a lot you can do with it. You have a remote control right there. Of course, you got your TV set here. This device over here is the power converter. Basically, it converts 110 AC down to 12 or over to 12 volt DC. So you can see you have regular household circuit breakers on this side, and then the power is converted to 12 volt over here. You have regular auto fuses. So if any of those fuses were to blow, they're 12 volt. If any of them blew, you would actually see it light up here, so you can actually tell, because this is just like tinted plastic. It's a scratch. It doesn't seem to be a crack. It looks more like it's dirty there. Got my interest though. I'll check it out for you. Also, when you're plugged in to shore power, this power converter will also charge your battery, so it's a battery charger also. Alright, this device down here is, well, wait a minute. Let's go over to the device first. This device down here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like that. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. This is your thermostat. You hit it once to light it up. Right now we're on cool. You can go through furnace, off, fan, and cool. Keep in mind there's about a 5-second lag time. Every time you select something, it'll take that long for it to change over. So it doesn't do it instantly. It takes a few seconds. The fan, by the way, is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air. Alright. You have 3-panel hide-a-bed, so you pull the back panels off and put them aside. You grab it down here, pull it out, put the legs down, and then flip the back panel into place, and you've got a really decent hide-a-bed. You can also collapse the table and set it on these cleats here, one on each side, and then put the cushions over it to fill in the space, and you got another bed. Then you got 2 more in the bunk room. Okay. Keep in mind that the water heater is under there, so you pull up the back panel. That's how you get to the water heater. There are bypass valves on the back that you would change to before you pump any antifreeze in. You can't get antifreeze into the system, or into the tank anyway, because it'll leave a really foul taste and smell. So keep that in mind. That's where you would find that. You have a half bath here, your toilet, and your sink, of course. I'll show you the toilet. The toilet works when we get to the front. We can use that one to show you on both of them how they work. Also, you got a vent with a fan on it, and then you got a vent here without a fan on it. You can always add in vents, power vents, things like that down the road if you ever choose to. Get a real nice, fantastic fan or a max air. Okay. Okay. So you have a GFCI here. All the plugs are wired through a GFCI, so no matter where the plug is, if it pops, you have to reset it at one of the GFCIs inside. Your shower works like any other shower. Your sink works like any other sink. Now with the toilets, the thing to remember is that you can't run these dry or without chemical. So you got a flush pedal right here. Okay? So what you do, you hook up your water and your power at the campsite. You'll come inside. Then you'll take whatever chemical you choose to use, whatever brand. You put one dose right in here, right? Then you'll step on the pedal. Water will come swirling out, of course, and you'll put about a gallon or so in the tank. There's no way to tell from the monitor panel what a gallon is, but you know, you're just gonna use common sense. You got to have some water in it and chemical to start using it. So anytime you're starting off with a dry or empty black tank, you're always going to put some chemical in it and some water. You do that for both toilets, okay? If you're going to stay for another week at the same campground, for example, and you dump the black tank, or tanks in this case, you come back in here and repeat the procedure in each toilet. You put chemical in, and you'd stand on the pedal and put some water in the tank, about a gallon or two, okay? All right. This was left open so you can see. This is where your water pump is. It'll be closed up, but everything is held together with number 2 square-headed screws, so you have to, if you don't already have one, you have to get a bit for your drill. Let me see if I can show you one here. It's got a number 2 square head on it, right there. Okay? So all the panels are held together like that, but that's where your water pump is at. Alright. You also have a TV with a backer plate. The sticker's gone, but the backer plate's right there. And you got antenna and power. This is a second carbon monoxide detector, and you should have another smoke detector out here somewhere also. Look around here. This, by the way, they got this sticker here, but this doesn't make sense to me. Why would they have the TV bracket here? I don't feel the backing plate. Plus the hookups are over there, so I would disregard this. I think they just put it there by mistake at the factory. I think it's actually over there is where you'd use a swing out bracket, okay? Because there's really no reason to have one here. Let me see. I was looking for another smoke detector here. Okay, right up here, up by the door. Okay. Okay, I think I pretty much covered everything. Let me look around here to see what I forgot, if anything. I noticed a few things that we have to take care of for you before you pick it up. Okay. I'm going to, first of all, I'll shut the air conditioning down. So right here, I just selected off. Now there's a lag time I told you about if you listen. There we go. Okay, so there's a lag time. That one was actually probably closer to 10 seconds, or maybe even a little more than that. But generally it's about 5. Okay? So let me look around here. Remember to, like I said, you got to inspect your roof. That's very important, to inspect your roof 3 times a season. You're just protecting your investment and keeping your trailer in good shape. So you always want to do that. Always bypass the water heater before you put antifreeze in the system. Okay? So, thanks for purchasing your trailer at National RV Detroit. And if you have issues, you give us a call and we'll help you out, and we'll make sure you're taken care of, okay? Thank you very much.